What is up, everybody? Everything Collectibles here, and I'm back with a little short video. And in this video, we'll be taking a look back into time of a book I got back when I was a kid. I've had this book for 10 years now. I got it at my elementary school book fair, and it's simply just a Sports Illustrated Kids top 10 list of everything in basketball. I love this book immensely. I read it a lot, as you can tell, and it's been through heck and back, but yeah, here's the front cover. Dwight Howard in the 2008 dunk contest. Here's the second page, the 99 NBA Finals. I don't think Ewing was hurt, so he didn't play, but this one, the Spurs won their first championship. And as you can see, copyright 2014, so I've had this for 10 years. As you can see, pages are falling out, but I figured we'd take a look back and see how some of these aged, like some of the top 10s. So without further ado, here's a picture of Paul Pierce in 2008. I believe, maybe, I could be wrong. And then here is obviously all the top 10 list. Top 10 greatest players. Already, I will say LeBron used to be my number one, but now, as I grow up and watch the game more, it's definitely MJ. Heat LeBron in this picture. Number 2 is MJ, 3 Bill Russell, and 4 Magic Johnson. So personally, my top 5 is MJ, LeBron, Kareem, Kobe, and Bill Russell. That's my top 5, my personal top 5. And then obviously Wilt's in my top 10 as well. Larry Bird, Oscar, Kareem, Tim Duncan, and Kobe. You know, posthumously, he shot up in a lot of people's top 5s. But in this book, he was number 10. So behind Tim Duncan. Top 10 teams, as you know now. I still would argue it could be the 95-96 Bulls because they actually won the championship. And now number 2 would definitely be the 2015-16 Warriors. Happened a year after this book was published, or a season after this book was published. Other than that, the top 10 remains unchanged. As far as I can remember, maybe they put the 2016-17 Warriors as well. They were pretty good. I think they won 67 games. Kevin Durant. And then top 10 hairstyles. You know, you have to wonder. I wonder if who's had a hairstyle. Maybe Anthony Davis would be added for his brow, or James Harden for his beard and mohawk he had around this time. But yeah, other than that, list would probably be the same. Top 10 international. Oh my God, look at how far back this goes. Dirk is still number 1. He arguably still is, but in the top 10, you would arguably see now. I mean, this is mostly European, and one China or one Asia. But yeah, now we have players like Giannis, Luka, Shea in a few years on here. I mean, and Jokic. So this is like, this would be updated immensely. Giannis would probably be the second best of all time now, international star, which is crazy because just 10 years ago, it was Dirk, Tony Parker, Yao Ming, Paul, and Manu, and players who some didn't even make an all-star team like Sabonis and Kukoc and Petrovic. He did make one. No, he made an all-third team before he was killed, unfortunately. But yeah. Now, top 10 coolest jerseys. Look at this. Nuggets got number 1. The Raptors arguably should be first. Yeah, just a bunch of pictures. I think that's Finn Baker. I don't know who that is. Is it Theo Ratliff? It's Vince, obviously. Marcus Aldridge when he's still in Portland. Chuck on his way out of Philly. Is that Tino Mobley? I'm not sure. That's Stockton. Rookie KD, and then Snow Hill, one of those guys. I don't know. But I would say the Timberwolves jerseys, the one the KG wore, is honestly cooler than this one for sure. So it should have made the top 10, in my opinion. Top 10 duos. Now this is somewhere that I would argue has another big change because, yeah, MJ and Pippen are still probably number 1, but then you have guys like Curry and Clay who would be added here in the top 10. For sure, these guys would be out. I mean, it's hard because a lot of these guys were so good together. And Stockton and Malone are here, obviously, but I would say, yeah, Curry and Clay would definitely be added here. For sure. Other than that, And if Durant and Westbrook stayed together, they would be on here as well, but obviously we know what happened there. So that'd be the only change I'd make if this book came out today. Curry and Clay. Top 10 trades. Bill Russell is number one. That's understandable, and I would still say it's the number one trade of all time. A lot of these trades would still be in here, in my opinion, other than maybe the Luka for Trae Young trade. That's definitely one of the best trades of all time now in recent history. So that would be the only change I would make. But who would I take out? I mean, honestly, Luka and Trae will be solidified once if Luka wins a championship. But yeah, maybe to take out Powell. Obviously be the 10th one. Top 10 finals games. Now this is interesting. If I'm thinking, oh, I know. So one of the games that will be added for sure is the 2016 Game 7 against Golden State when Cleveland won their first title, and LeBron said, "Cleveland, this is for you." That would probably be the best finals game of all time. In my memory, it still is the number one. No other game has come close to that. But here's a look at all the other ones that this book says were the best. 2016 Game 7 will definitely be on here now. Here's AI, Willis Reed, and Wilt. 69, Bill Russell said, "Hell no, you ain't winning." Top 10 WNBA players. Oh God, this would be. Where do I even begin? Oh my God, look how out of date this is now. I mean, Lisa Leslie was number one, Cynthia Cooper, Lauren Jackson, Cheryl Swoops, Candace Taurasi, she'd be number one now. Tamika Catchings, yeah, she's top 5 in my book. Tina Thompson, Cappy, and Sue Bird. I don't know why Sue Bird is number 10 in this book, but I would add Maya Moore, Brittany Griner, Asia, and maybe that's it for now. But other than that, the list is pretty good. There's just been other good players, and honestly, I don't think this list was very well researched at the time either. So, top 10 quotes. Don't know much about the quotes here. Who would be added? Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion is one I keep in my mind, or I remember. I don't actually remember any of these others, so. Top 10 sneakers, mostly all MJ shoes, and that's honestly probably unchanged. So, other than maybe one of LeBron's shoes at this point. Top 10 game-winning shots. I'm just trying to think who. Oh, that's iconic. I love that shot. But top 10 game-winning shots. Who? I mean, there's just so many. I would say, Dame's is in here. I think Dame should get another spot for his 2019 starting the Shea era with his one-game winner in Portland. I sent Russell Westbrook and Paul George home. And yeah, thanks to Dame, we have OKC has Shea and Chet and basically everybody that's on that team now. So when OKC wins the ring, hopefully after Minnesota, they can thank Damian Lillard for that. Top 10 nicknames. And since the nicknames have gotten kind of bad now, I would say this remains unchanged. Ant-Man, yes, sure. Anthony Edwards, I think, will be coming up here. Probably. Top 10 mascots. Benny the Bull, yeah. Most of these will remain unchanged. Squatch will hopefully make a return when Seattle comes back. But yeah, I don't think they have that guy anymore. The Hornet, I think, is now, I guess back in Charlotte, Hugo. Yeah. G-Man, Harry the Hawk, yeah. I would say Crunch should be on here. He's underrated. And I don't think they liked Minnesota at this time, so they didn't get a lot of love in here. Yeah. Top 10 draft steals. I noticed Isaiah Thomas isn't in here, but we know who will be number one now, and by far will be Nikola Jokic. 41st pick, drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. And yeah. that would be who I would put on here, more than likely, for sure. Just move everybody down. Michael Ray was also underrated. Oh, now here's where things get juicy. We have the top 10 draft busts. Now, Darko Milicic, Sam Bowie, Adam Morrison, Greg Oden, I will argue, shouldn't be on here. Like, you are a draft bust if you don't get injured and have enough time to prove your worth. But if you don't, then you are a bust. So I would say Greg Oden shouldn't be on here. All these others, he dealt with mental issues because Michael Jordan was kind of putting a lot of pressure on him. Danny Ferry, yeah, LaRue Martin, Hashim Thabit, yeah. A lot of these guys were called busts because they were picked after or in between, like, all-time great players. That's understandable, but in my memory, who would I put up here? I'm not going to say Lonzo Ball's a bust, but if I had to pick somebody, it would be, oh my God, Marvin Bagley, Markelle Fultz, 2021, I'm not going that far, like 2016, 2015, like, shit. Sorry, who would, yeah, anyway, there's a lot. Mario Hezonja, 5th overall in 2015, he's another one. Yeah, top 10 clutch players, probably unchanged for the most part. Maybe add De'Aaron Fox, he's starting to prove to be a clutch. Oh, Curry, right? Steph Curry, for sure would be on here now. Oh, now let's see how well these aged. Top 10 future stars. Let's see. Anthony Davis, they got right. Kyrie, they got right. Wiggins, no. Beal, for a hot minute. Embiid, yes. Jabari Parker should have been, but then he was obviously put aside for this guy right here, who was number 10 when this book came out. Andre Drummond. Sorta. He was a 2-time All-Star after this. That's about it. Jahlil Okafor. Now, yes. Yeah, he didn't get injured, did he? Yeah, so he's technically a bust. I don't like that term, really, but yeah. Anyway, Valanciunas, no. He didn't make a All-Star team. But yeah, you can just see how in 10 years predictions can go awry, and this is a perfect example. Now, if they made this book today, it'd be filled with guys like Cade, Brandon Miller, Wemby. I mean, and obviously, at this point, this would have been AD's 3rd season. He was already a rising star, so yeah, it just shows you how much time flies, and just like that. Don't mind my snap. I can't snap. Haha. So, if they made this book today, if I had to rank how their careers turned out, Giannis would be number 1. And Embiid's on. Yeah. Okay, fine. Giannis, AD, Kyrie, Embiid, and to want to know the top 5, Beal. Wiggins was an all-star, and honestly, he shouldn't have even started that year. Top 10 scores. Wow, I remember this. So that's right. It was Kareem, Karl Malone, MJ, and then Kobe was 3rd. Wilt, KD. Why isn't LeBron on here? LeBron would be number 1 only because he has 40,000 points now, but I don't know. I would just... Was he on here? No, he wasn't. So, maybe they're counting like how many times they won the scoring championship. Maybe that's it. And Elgin Baylor, I agree with. But they probably just add LeBron now. Other than that, it's pretty accurate. Top 10 defenders. Gobert would definitely be added on here. Other than that, unchanged. Is Ben Wallace on here? Yes. And Mutombo is also on there. Okay. Top 10 dunkers. Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon would be added on here if this were made today. Other than that, the list would be the same. Maybe just take out, maybe some of these guys, even though they're all really good. I always love that picture, how they kind of edited, photoshopped them all in there. That's kind of cool. Very good Photoshop work. Top 10 big guys now. This list would probably be, in 5 years' time for sure. Jokic is on there already, but Wemby could make a case to be on this list at some point. In a list that's already full of 75th anniversary team players. these top 7 guys are all in the 75th, which means technically Gilmore, Ming, and Mutombo can be taken out for guys like Jokic, Embiid, and Wemby. And Wemby's obviously very early in his career, but if he keeps it up, he will be on this list for sure. Top 10 little guys. So number 1 was AI, IT, Nash, Paul, Murphy. Yeah. I can't really think of any like little guys who have dominated. Like how tall is it? Like just 6'3"? Isn't Curry like 6'3" anyway, 6'4"? So I don't know the cutoff, but Curry could be on here. Top 10 high school to NBA. This is basically unchanged because nobody makes the jump from high school to NBA anymore unless you go to the G League. So this list is pretty much untouched. Moses is underrated here. But yeah. LeBron, Kobe, KG. Pretty understandable. That pretty much is unchanged. Top 10 single game performances. Kobe's 81-point game is 4th. Sure. It's David Robinson's. Yeah, that's on there. All right. So, and I can't really think of anything else. Don't like how they don't have a right picture for Wilt here in 1960. That's like Philadelphia 76ers Wilt. And that was when he was still at the Warriors. I got that picture. But yeah, that would have been second year Wilt, whenever that performance was. And yeah, with the advent of a lot of, maybe you just put the Devin Booker game on here, and that's probably all I would change. Top 10 families. The Currys aren't even on here. Oh, wait, they are. Never mind. LeBron. Maybe. Other than that, yeah, pretty much the same. The Thompson twins, maybe, if they pan out. Top 10 six men. Okay. Jamal Crawford, is he on here? Yes, he is. So, Tyler Hero, but he's a starter now, so, yeah. That's all I got. Moving on. Top 10 rebounders. Gobert, Sabonis, any of those guys, but they still don't stack up against all these legends, and I wouldn't take any of these guys out, honestly, because they're all pretty good. So, I'd leave all those alone. Man. This is the only person we had for years, man. Kevin Love. Yep. It's all we had to watch back in the day as Timberwolves fans. Top 10 shooters. They got that right. Curry, I mean, that top 3-5, honestly, is pretty much the same. Clay's not on here, so maybe Clay is not added on here. Harden is added on here now if this book came out today. Top 10 single game postseason performances. I don't know, the LeBron James game when he sealed the deal for Cleveland to win in Game 7. Now, that's the picture that they chose for Elgin Baylor's Prism card in 2014. That's kind of cool. And that's not even a shot from that finals, because that's Bob Pettit against the Syracuse Nationals, and that wasn't even... He played Boston. Bill Russell, who was hurt, I think. Top 10 triple-double threats. Is Westbrook on here? He is not. So Westbrook will be added on here if this list were made today. And Jokic and Luka, because they are fast climbers. And that rookie MJ picture, man, never gets old. Top 10 fans is kind of irrelevant. I would say the Minnesota Timberwolves will be added on here only because we've suffered enough and we're still supportive of our team. So, there you go. And look at that, man. Who's on here? Is that Russell Wilson? Look how young he looked back then. Oh, he just was named the team captain of Pittsburgh today. And there's the back. So, yep, I hope y'all enjoyed this video of a little throwback of 10 years ago. And thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time.